Strike water's just come up to temperature. Oh, bang on, look at that. So, beautiful brew day. Nice Imperial Porter. Oh yeah, look at all that nice dark grain. So just going to start mashing in. Watch the grain swell as the water rises into the bottom of the mash tun. Any liquid start to form in the corner here for the underletting. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, we'll start stirring this in now. Get the old mash paddle out. Bang on, 66. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so fully mashed in. Temperature is it's supposed to be at 66.6, and it looks like we are absolutely bang on. So the adjustments I made through Bruce Beersmith for the strike water temperature have worked out exactly as I need. So we've got a nice dark looking mash there. Going for a nice dark brown colour, but not black. I want it to be a porter colour, not a stout colour. So now I've got 16 litres of strike water heating up. So I'm not going to do much of a recirculation like I normally do with this one. The recipe says to add 13 litres of hot water at 95 degrees for the last 10 minutes of the boil to bring it, the last 10 minutes of the mash, sorry, to bring the temperature up to 75.6 for the last 10 minutes. So it's the mash out temperature. So I've got a choice of either bringing up the water and adding that to bring it up to that temperature and then doing a recirculation. Or I've got a choice of recirculating and bringing the strike water up to 75 degrees. My choice. I don't know which one to do. I'll decide. I'm probably going to add some more water because I want to thin out the mash so I get a really nice mash, and then do a really small sparge at the end. So I may actually do that. Just bring the temperature of the water up and then do a recirculation for the last 10-15 minutes anyway, just to get rid of any, to filter out anything that's in the actual wort, and we get a nice clean wort at the end of it ready for the boil. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, anyway, so we're going to be sitting around waiting now. Got 45 minutes of waiting until the next step of the mash. So I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Okay, so slight change in my plan. As you can see here, I have decided to recirculate. So I'm recirculating in order to bring the just to get it up to the 60, get the recirculation up to the right temperature. At the moment the HOT is still heating up. Main reason for this is I was thinking about sticking the 13 litres of hot liquor into the mash to bring it up to 75.6, and then recirculating for the last 10-15 minutes. The problem with that is that my HLT would then be down to, you know, a level of water about here, and the coil inside my Holmes coil would not reach that water, so I would not be actually maintaining the heat of the mash water as it's running through the recirculation system. So I've decided to recirculate. So I've got still got 20 minutes left of the mash before I start mash out. So I'm going to recirculate for 20 minutes. I'm actually going to connect this to the spray ball in a second. This was just the first part of the recirculation. And then I'm going to bring the temperature up to 75.6 for the last 15 minutes, for another 15-20 minutes at the end, and then we're going to run off. Okay, so once I get the mash up to 75.6, I will let that run for 10 minutes, and then we will run off and get ready to start the boil. So for now, this is going to recirculate for at least another 20 minutes before I start to change the temperatures. Cool, well now we're running off. So I brought the mash up to 75.6 degrees, decided to just stop the circulation at that point, just let it sit for 10 minutes, and now I had reached that temperature, and now we are running off. I've got 13 litre sparge, which I'm going to be using to wash the grain. So once the grain bed starts to look a little bit dry, I'm going to start doing a sparge, and then we start getting our nice sweet wort ready to boil. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have what looks like 31 litres. I swear my measurements are off on the side of the pot because I only ever end up with like 24-25 litres. Anyway, at the end of the boil. So we have an almost full kettle. Should be about 30 litres in there, I think. I have just measured up my hop additions, so there's only 2 hop additions for this. We have 30 grams of Northern Brewer going in at 60 minutes, and 20 grams of Northern Brewer going in the last 10 minutes. These here are the Northern Brewer that I grew in 2018, so it's last year's crop. Still smelling and still looking nice and green and fresh. It's still smelling really, really lovely, really pungent. So yeah, it's nice to be sticking in your own hops into your brew. But yeah, as soon as we've got the water up to a boil, I'm going to stick in the first hop additions. But until then, I play the waiting game. We're waiting for the wort to come up to a nice boil temperature. If you can see this very well, there we go. So we're looking for an estimated pre-boil of 1.078. We have hit about 1.077, so we're 1 point off. That ain't no problem at all. So I think the numbers here so far are looking really good. Cool, so I've got another 45 minutes of the boil to go before I stick in the maltodextrin and the protofloc. Right, you can see this is just coming to the boil. Actually, it didn't take that long, to be honest, to get there. I think having the lid on is a good idea because I think it helps the heat to come up quicker. Anyway, coming up to the boil, so I'm going to stick in my first edition hops, which are here. So we're going to get these 30 grams of Northern Brewer. I'm just going to stick them straight in. So let's just get them in here. And I'll get the spoon, give them a stir, get them all stirred in. Yeah, maybe I should have used a hot bag. Don't know! Anyway, really steamy. And hopefully we won't have a boil over, because I hate them. Cool, so I'm going to let this boil now for another 45 minutes before we add anything else. Wow, that is steamy. Whew! Anyway, be back soon. Okay, so we are in the last 15 minutes. I have one protofloc tablet. I'm just going to chuck in. And now we have, as per the recipe, I want to add some real good intense body to this this porter. It's really steamy. So I have here a bag of maltodextrin, which I'm going to pour in. I'm going to give that a good stir. Get that in. I was going to add lactose to this, but I decided that for the type of mouthfeel that I wanted to get, I didn't feel that it was right, so I went for maltodextrin instead to get some real intense body. Get this back up. Got a bit lumpy, isn't it? But I'm sure that'll all dissolve as we give it a stir. So I'm going to stir this in, and I'm going to get the chiller out and dump that in here and get that sterilised, ready for the end. But yeah, in 5 minutes I've got to add the last top additions, and then I need to add the toasted coconut. Okay, 10-minute hop additions, 20 grams of Northern Brewer going in. As you can see, the Northern Brewer, or the loose leaf hops that I dumped in at the beginning of the boil, I ended up taking out and putting into a bag. I forgot how much loose leaf hops expand after they've gone into the boil, and just didn't like this whole head of hops that I had floating on the top of it, so I stuck it in the bag. Will make it much easier when it comes to get this in the fermenter anyway. So yeah, another 10 minutes. Woo! Another 10 minutes, and it was time for flame out. In 5 minutes time I'm going to be chucking in the toasted coconut. That's 5 minutes, and I have a nice big fat bag of toasted coconut here. Originally in the recipe I put 250 grams. I've decided to increase that to 350. I really want to accentuate that nice coconut flavour that you would get with something like this. Really nice. So here we go. 5 more minutes, and then we are going to do flame out. Okay, so I've got the chiller connected, just getting ready for flame out. I just want to mention the coconut aroma in the air in this shed is unbelievable. It smells so nice. This really malty, chocolatey coconut smell in the air is fucking amazing. I'm really looking forward to this. Hope this comes out good. Cool, so flame out. So you can see, flame's on. Flame is out. Cool, right, I'm going to put the cold water on and get this thing chilling down to pitch and temp. Alright, we are now down to 25 degrees Celsius. This looks a little bit steamy, the thermometer. I dropped the bloody thing in the hot water right at the beginning, the bell end. Hopefully it'll be okay and dries out. Anyway, time to transfer into the fermenter. Okay, so here we are with our starting gravity at post boil, and we have just missed the 1.090 mark by, looks like about 2 points, but looks like about 1.075, sorry, 1.0875 I would have thought it is. It's kind of in between 1.087, 1.088, something like that. So yeah, we just missed the mark. That's okay, 2 points under is nothing. So, still going to be 8.5, 9 to 9%, something like that. So yeah, not too bad. Still waiting for it to come down to pitching temperature. It's about 30 degrees at the moment, so I'm waiting for it to get down to about 24, 25 before I pitch. But yeah, not too bad. Okay, here we are, finished enough. We've got, you can see that, just over 23 litres. I have my rehydrated yeast, so I've got loads of odds and sods of yeast left around. I've decided to go with I wanted to go with a USO5 or something like that for this, rather than like a traditional ale yeast. So I went for this. The only one I had was a Cross My Leaf Pale Ale yeast, which I had 3 sachets of. So there's 2 sachets in here, rehydrated. Smells really nice. I'm just going to pour that in. There we go. Get the lid on, put it in the fermenter. Nice thick Krausen. Nice. Oh yeah. This is 24 hours later. Going absolutely mental. There's an ant floating around in there as well. Nice. Well, he ain't going to be going anywhere anymore, is he? Got 4 days into the brew, and we're going to dump in 350 grams of toasted coconut. As you can see, I've already weighed this up. So let's go! Okay, here we are. So, smells absolutely amazing. There's a yucky looking krausen. Anyway, so this is 350 grams of toasted coconut. We're going to dump that in, and we're just going to stick the lid back on. And we're going to leave that now for another 10 days before we decide to bottle this up. Alright, so seeing as we're 4 days in, I've just dumped in the coconut. Look at that beautiful brown colour of this porter. It's exactly what I was looking for. A really nice deep brown colour rather than a black. Anyway, yeah, I thought it'd be good to do a gravity reading. We're 4 days in. The krausen looks really thin, and when I dumped the coconut in, I decided to just like dump it into the beer, and you know, it's looking like the yeast that I chucked in there has pretty much done its job. It looks pretty good, so I decided let's do a gravity reading and see how well this yeast has worked. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Okay, not as good as I thought actually. It's at 1.032. So I reckon there's about another 10 points left to go there before it's actually finished fermenting out. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, once it's in the red, it's kind of like really sweet, kind of wine territory. 1.032, if you can see, it's not really focusing very well. Yeah, I'm hoping for a 1.022 before this finishes fermenting out. So, you know, I've got another 10 days to go anyway, so I would have thought that those 10 points would get eaten up. But yeah, you know, it's almost there. You know, after 4 days, I was kind of hoping that it would do, but it's quite a high gravity beer anyway, so I would be surprised if it had fermented out after 4 days, to be honest. Yeah, anyway. Alright. Okay. Since we've got this in a, I don't know what this is called, a measuring tube, I don't know, whatever it's called. Since we've got one in here, let's give it a little taste, just to kind of have an idea of where we're going with the coconut flavour, maybe the chocolate flavours that I'm hoping to get from the chocolate malt. I think I had chocolate malt on there, I'm pretty sure I did. It smells. Getting kind of esters from the, yeah, I'm getting lots of, it smells, there's a lot, you can smell the DMS in there actually. Yeah, I can smell that, the kind of butterscotchy kind of smells which the yeast is giving off. You know, that's going to get eaten up over the DMS, not DMS, it's what's the fucking name? What's the fucking name of the chemical that's released? Diacetyl. That's the bastard. Diacetyl. I can smell the diacetyl in there. It's got a real butterscotchy kind of flavour and smell. Anyway, so let's just give it a taste anyway. I can't imagine this is going to taste that good. Coconut, chocolate, you know, I would expect that kind of thing, but yeah, it's got diacetyl in there, definitely. Oh wow! Despite the diacetyl that I can smell and taste in there, there is chocolate flavours there, like nice, gentle chocolate, not like overpowering. But the coconut, wow, really nice. That is fucking lovely. Chocolate and coconut, that is exactly what it tastes like. It's really nice. Okay, I've just dumped another 350 grams of coconut in there. So this is going to really be coconut, punchy coconut flavour, really nice. But yeah, really pleased with that so far. Obviously it's very sweet still, considering it's at the 1.032. range, so there's quite a lot of sugar still left in there. But considering the the acetal smell that I can get from it, the flavour's not too overpowering. Yeah, still a way to go for the yeast to clean up after itself and for it to do a bit of work. Still got some sugars for it to consume in there. It's still bubbling away like crazy. I can still hear it in the background. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really nice beer. But yeah, another 10 days, and then we'll get this into the keg and the air condition for a few months. Nice one. Whew, almost didn't film this. So we have here, I'm just kegging the Imperial coconut porter. Yeah, so coconut vanilla. So what I've got here, as you can see, is beautiful, thick, lovely brown liquid here. Lovely, lovely. I've got a keg, and what I've done is I've taken this stuff here. So this is a vanilla bean paste. I've taken about, as you can see on the side, if you can see on the side there, I've taken about just over half of the jar, and I've put that into what I would normally use as a bottling bucket, and then I've siphoned off what I had in the fermenter into this bottling bucket on top of the vanilla beans. So that's mixed up nicely with the beer, and I'm now going to pour that into the keg. So let's now leave that to go. A bit furious, but I'm not really worried about oxidation in a dark beer like this. Very minimal amount of hops went into it. So I'll let that fill up, and then I am going to leave this in the keg to condition for about at least 3 months before I drink it. So you will not see a taste test video for 3 months. So this will be the end of the video for the brew day and for the kegging and everything, and then we'll taste this in 3 months and see what it's like.